Just to recap on our last video, why do we practice yoga? The practice of yoga, every time we step on mat or cushion, it's just a training ground. It gives us the ability and the tools to be present, to create a deeper relationship to our mind, to our thoughts, to our emotions, to our body, so that we can live from a place of genuine love off our mat. If the practice of yoga did not increase our capacity to love, why are we practicing yoga? I know I wouldn't be teaching yoga if I didn't believe it did that. So we talked about how the practice of yoga, like Sutra 1.1 says, gives us yoga can only exist now. So to be in a place of embodiment of union and yoga means that we have to be present. We have to have the tools where we can live any moment and live from the now. So I know this is a little bit of a new age cliche when we talk about living in the present moment and living from now. And sometimes I don't think we get it. I think we use this phrase about living present and being present and living in the now like some kind of new age mumbo jumbo. I don't think we understand. So get this. Living in the now doesn't only mean not to be obsessing about next year or 2 years from now or 3 years from now or next week or tomorrow. And it doesn't only mean to be obsessed and reminiscing, not to be obsessed and reminiscing about 10 years and what life was like back then. To live in the present moment, get this, means that no action, word or hurt caused by any individual in the past can hinder our ability to love today. So it means that the people that have hurt us, if we can't let that go and forgive that, we can't be present. Because to live in the present moment means to give each and every individual, everyone, no restrictions, no limits, to give everyone the opportunity to be better today than they were yesterday. It means, like we say in yoga, namaste. God in me sees the God in you. It means to see the God, see soul of every living being, rather than see story we've attached to that soul. Like when my teacher Sean Korn talks about one of her experiences, where she was told, ignore story, see the soul. The story is past and future. The story is where we live. That's what creates all drama and anxiety. That's what creates the story that creates hurt and suffering in the world we live in. It stops us from being able to love completely. But if we can live any present moment, any now, and see every individual as a soul, as a being of God, and not so much as what they may have done or said, or not see them as what they could possibly do for us in the future, but to see them as who they really are. That increases our ability to love. So I'm going to tell you guys a little story that really hit home for me. That's a really good example of that. The other day I was in a gas station and I just finished pumping gas. And I just pulled off to the side, probably do something, send a message on my phone or something, or maybe I was about to go in a quick shop. And I had my head down, I was in my little zone, and in the corner of my eye I saw a guy limping up to me. And then he knocked on my window, tack, tack, tack. So I'll tell you what I did. I knocked back on the glass and started waving my hand, saying, boss, I have no money. I have no money to give you. I was attached to a story of my past experiences that prevented me from loving that individual, that man in that moment and really seeing him. So he asked me to wind down the window and I did so. Here's what he said to me. He said, sir, you forgot to hang up the lever of the gas pump. Your credit card's still running. I just pulled up the pump and anyone can fill gas on your credit card. You better come back and hang it up properly. It just so happened this man had a limp. my past experiences and the story I attach to that situation stopped me from being able to see that man. He was a child of God. He was a being of God who had come to help and assist, not to come to pull and draw or rob or take anything away from me. And that my experiences and our experiences often hinder our capacity to love one another. So if you want to live in the present moment, it's all flowery and beautiful to say, yeah, I live in it now, I go with the flow. And we'll talk about that as well. Another cliche, it's a cop-out, going with the flow. But understand that if you want to be present, that means absolute forgiveness to anyone and anything anyone has ever done or said to you or anyone you love. That's what it means to live in the now, to be present. And it's the only place genuine love can exist. So just a few words for you guys to think about what it really means to live in the present moment. Yeah, bless up, love.